Hello everyone, welcome to Paramasa 5 Minutes Masterclass. So today we'll be discussing about global investing. The first myth which I want to clear is that global investing is not only about US market. If you look at this chart, this is a 50 years chart. So as you can see that sometimes the ex-US market has outperformed, sometimes the US market has outperformed. So what you're seeing recently is the recent outperformance of a US market. US market is not a global market. It's partly, I'll say, false. The reason why I'm saying partly, I'll get back to you on that. Okay. The second thing is that if you look at the allocation drift, okay, this is a Vanguard total US market fund. This is a Vanguard international ex-US market ETF. If you have seen from 1997 till 2008, they were averaging 50-50. But the outperformance has mostly happened in all these years. Okay, and you can see now it is 70% US and 30% ex-US market. So ex-US market is everything from Europe to Asia Pacific to Asia to frontier countries and all that. So is it because of what? Is it because that US the GDP is growing higher or the per capita income is higher? No. Now the second myth which I try to clear is that global investing is not about countries, it is about companies. Please mark my words. It's about companies. Why I'm saying that? The reason I'm saying that is look at this chart. This is a 2019 until GDP chart. If you see, the United States is contributing 24% to the world GDP. Focus on this number, 24%. China, 16%. India, 3.28%, right? 24, 16, 3.28, right? But if you look at the world markets GDP, the index, it's the iShare MCI ACW ETF. 60% is contributed by US. China only 38.83%. India 1.37%. Because people they forget in index what matter is companies, not countries. So if someone says that okay my GDP is growing, my it's a per capita lot to go, it's all bullshit. Because when in an index, it's a company which matters. Based on the companies, you get your appreciation on your capital, right? If you look at this chart, if you look at this chart, okay, the top largest company. If I say the analogy of a universe, these are the Jupiters. The why US is growing is not because of their GDP, it's because of the companies. These companies have the world share. The markets, they have the markets outside US. So if you look at Europe also have big companies. But if you look at Asia, for example, Reliance, India, is one of the largest companies, but in the whole universe, it's a very small planet. So we need to understand that it's not about India, US, Europe, what it's about companies. When we invest in a global index, we invest in companies. Okay, I'll give you one more interesting chart. Look at this. These are the top 100, around 100 companies. Look at the weightages. Apple 3.28 and all that. If you see, their weightages are not assigned based on countries. It's based upon the company's individual home markets. Louis Vuitton, okay, 0.22. McDonald's, Costco, this Canadian bank, one of the largest Canadian banks. So basically, Boeing. So just because US has the most companies which have the outside market, that's the reason they are enjoying the large market caps. So something happens to US, it's not that the US companies will get impacted because they have markets outside the US. To validate this point, let us see this. This is a foreign revenue exposure chart. What percentage of the revenue of the US markets have the foreign exposure? If you look at this chart, the exposure is growing on a year-to-year basis. From 163, right now you see the how it's like more than double, triple. So that's the reason I've said in my first comment, the people who say the US it's a global market are partly true because around 40 to 45% of the revenue comes outside US, right? So that's the reason when we say global investing in a global fund and all, we should always talk about company. People say that we'll add 15 countries, 20. It's not about countries. It's not about countries, right? So if I look at, I mean, look at this thing. This is the largest sovereign wealth fund in the world with 1.2 trillion dollar AUM. They are just following the index. They are just following the index. They're following FTSE index. So according to that, they have put the capital. So they just follow one index. That's it. Now coming back to India, in India we have two ways of investing in global funds. One is LRS. Second is fund of fund approach. In a chat window, I'll give you the comparison. What's the comparison between LRS and way of doing things and fund of funds? So according to your comfort level, you can choose one option. Okay. Now coming the index funds in US and sorry in India right now we have lot of fund of funds, which are Indian fund, but that is not giving us a good picture. If we look at the SIPA report, all over the world, their respective fund of funds, okay, are not beating their benchmarks. So percentage of active funds outperform their benchmarks. 5 years, 97%, US 78%. So the reason I'm taking example of that because the example of these funds are there in India, which is through fund of funds. For example, Edelweiss Greater China is not an Edelweiss Greater China fund. It's a JP Morgan China fund. So just to give an example. So they are not giving a very pretty picture. Okay. Now, the last point which I want to cover is that in a very easier way to also, because in India or in other countries, we need to follow their respective markets to calculate the benchmark. But in the world, index investing is very simple. For example, this is a chart from 1975. It's called market capitalization of listed. It's from World Bank. Right now, till 2020, the market cap is 134% of the GDP. Right now, the current number is 154. So based on that, you can size up your positions. Right. It's right now. It's a world of unequal. Okay. For example, Russia, 46%. US is 194%. Market capitalization of the GDP. India is right now 98%. So through this, you can see size up your positions. You can see how we can go about it. The last point, which are the instruments available to invest? In LRS Group, we have brokers like Vested, IndMoney, Winvesta, but all of them are borrowing technology from this company, Drive Wealth. Drive Wealth is a partner from there. It's a technology partner which is giving the fractional share ownership technology to all these vendors. So this is a main company. So whether you invest in Vested, whether you invest in any other company, Drive Wealth is the main technology partner for doing that. So this is just my 5 minutes masterclass about global investing. We're happy to take more questions on this in my chat. Thank you. Thank you for your time.